Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk further about emotional intelligence in the workplace. Feel free to catch my first video in this series right here. For this video, I'm going to talk about 5 ways you can develop your EQ as you move through the year. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. All right, so let's get started. Number 1, build self-awareness and empathy. Now, these could be 2 separate topics, but I put them together because it's one thing to talk about self-awareness, I should be more careful what I say around other people, and empathy. I really feel for this person and their situation. But combined, we elevate the awareness. Self-awareness is really about understanding your own patterns in the way you react to certain situations. What's causing you to be more reactive than usual? It could be a person, it could be a task, it could be an assignment, or even just one more time that you have to clean up after Becky because she screwed up yet again. Self-awareness is about recognizing what it is, accepting the feeling in that situation, and being okay with it while you find a productive way of dealing with it. Empathy isn't about feeling sorry for someone. Empathy is about saying to yourself, Becky really struggles with these tasks. Maybe there's something else going on that's causing her to backslide. But regardless, I'm going to turn this into a win. This happened to me a long time ago when I was working on a technical support team. I was responsible for diagnosing and fixing faulty code in online queries for financial services. They assigned this person to my team who could not get it at all. I never understood why she was added to our team, and she constantly asked me for help. She drove down our solution rates, and she was a complete burden. I could have complained and made a lot of noise about why she was there. It made no sense at all. But instead, I created a small training session and came in on a Saturday and sat with her all day to help her understand the code and the frameworks. Did it help? No, not really. And that wasn't even the point. She apologized and said she could tell I was frustrated and told me she was in the middle of transitioning to another group, but they needed to wait to put her somewhere, so there was a reason she was there. But it wasn't a good one, and it was really nothing I could change, so I had to deal with it. In the meantime, I used the training program as an example of problem solving on my performance review, and I leveraged that to move into the training department where I had assignments to teach financial services software around the world. So you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You can either complain and be rigid about expectations and analytics, or you can do your best to help elevate other people while you continue to build your skills. Go with the latter option. Because, like I've said before, emotional intelligence is about how you handle people. Number 2, develop your social skills. Following along on number 1, developing your social skills will also help you build and maintain positive relationships by being supportive and cooperative. Now, I don't want to give the impression that you should be agreeable at all costs, especially to your own well-being. Like the example in number 1, I realized that becoming cooperative and finding a workable solution was going to help me because I couldn't change the situation as it was. I realized it was temporary, and then I pivoted into problem-solving mode. And then I learned something about the person I was working with, which made the situation a little more tolerable. Now, I will also say that developing your social skills in this context, emotional intelligence, comes with understanding where social interaction is comfortable for you. For many people who would rather not deal with people at all, it can be overwhelming to set a goal of getting out there and making new connections. Start with a select few people. Figure out how you can build one-on-one connections and go slow. Another example for me, I would say that I'm an extrovert. I'm comfortable in large gatherings and loud, noisy spaces. It just doesn't exhaust me. I actually feel energized by all the buzz. So when I set out to develop my social skills, I set a goal for myself to attend one networking event per month. This was years ago, and I would go alone. And my stretch goal was to mingle and meet more than one person. I didn't want to get comfortable with one group of people. I wanted to move around, and I did it. By the end of that year, I could comfortably start up conversations with complete strangers, introduce myself, and make a meaningful connection. It also helped me understand how I wanted to show up and how I wanted others to see me. Now, don't do this if this is not your thing. This was a goal I set for myself, and I used an environment that was comfortable for me while I stretched myself outside my comfort zone. That's how you do it. Number 3, recognize and manage emotions in others. It's not only important to understand your own feelings in any particular situation. It's also important to understand how someone else is feeling, or even how you're contributing to how someone else feels. Much like my colleague who apologized to me for being needy, I didn't say anything to her, and she could tell I was annoyed. She could tell that she was having a negative impact on the team and our metrics, and she knew she was bringing the rest of us down with her. At that point, it was really unnecessary to keep pointing the finger at her or constantly point out how terrible she was doing. She already felt bad. And her emotional intelligence was already helping her to be observant of nonverbal cues and body language to understand another person's emotions. Mine. And it was frustration. Offer support and help when someone's going through a challenging time. Now, that doesn't mean picking up that person's work. That's not what I did. I had empathy. I developed a solution to bridge the gap for the time being, and I helped her carry her own load. Most importantly, I asked her what she needed from me to be successful or even feel successful and supported. She wanted to learn how to do the job. She didn't want a handout or for someone to take the load off her. Because, and this is important, it's not about fixing the problem. It's about navigating the circumstance. Remember this. People don't want you to save them. They want you to help them. Ask them what they need before you launch into what you think needs to happen. Again, emotional intelligence is about building relationships. People will tell you what they want if you give them that option. Number 4, develop self-regulation. This is about managing your stress and regulating your emotions. No one wants to deal with a hothead. And if you have people around you who tell you that they appreciate your honest but explosive take on things, then they're lying to you. And they're just trying to get through the day despite your unpredictable manner. I had a boss, and she was a great boss, but she had a habit of announcing unpredictable deliverables and tasks in the middle of the day. She was very disruptive and just unpredictable. You never knew when she was going to throw a wrench in your day by assigning something really huge to you and expecting it at the end of the day. It was exhausting. And the thing was, she thought this was beneficial. She really believed that this kept her best team members on their toes and ready for anything. Honestly, high performers don't need to be tested like this. They are already working their A game, and these fire drills were never really important work. When the important work came, it was planned and scheduled, and we knew it was coming. We were ready for it. So if you have a team you're working with and you want to get an idea of how they perceive you, go ahead. Toss a grenade at them and see what happens. After a while, people get tired of it. Unpredictability and uncertainty will not create grit and stamina for your team. It will cause a trauma response in due time, and it will diminish any respect people have for you. Developing self-regulation is just as much about helping the people around you manage stress and regulate their emotions as it is about you managing your stress and responding thoughtfully. It's not necessary to create an unpredictable environment for those around you. That's not what innovation and creativity are about. Make sure you pause and think before reacting impulsively to situations. Number 5, pay attention to diverse situations and develop cultural sensitivity. I saved this for last because it's complicated, but also quite simple. And I'm going to give you a simple example. I have a very easy name to pronounce and remember, Christina Holloway. People don't remember my name, and they sometimes mispronounce it. And I would get annoyed when someone at work who knew me well enough would still call me Catherine. Catherine's a really nice name, but it's not my name. And I learned very early in my career that it isn't hard to make an honest effort to get someone's name right. If I mispronounced someone's name, I would make an honest effort to get it right, and I'd repeat it until I had it. I never made jokes about mispronouncing someone's name because your name is very personal to you. When it comes to cultural sensitivity, that's a good place to start. Don't make jokes about another person's name or background, especially if it's from an ethnic background different from your own. Those aren't funny jokes, and it's deeply offensive. Even if you think you're breaking the ice, you aren't. Now, when it comes to being sensitive about diverse situations, diverse perspectives, or cultural differences, then it's simple. If you can't think of something constructive and valuable to say in the situation, then keep your mouth shut. Shift into learning mode and use positive statements. Thank you for sharing your perspective. I learned something. This tip isn't about you showing up and changing the way you say things. This tip is about staying quiet and observing what's going on and then asking yourself what you might have learned by keeping quiet. Pay attention to diverse situations, then develop cultural sensitivity. How? By being quiet and learning rather than opening your mouth and blocking. At the end of the day, emotional intelligence is about being open-minded, being able to absorb a multitude of experiences from a wide and diverse environment. Remember, January is about cleaning up bad habits and leaving them behind. The more open you are to learning from a variety of people and building strong relationships, the more likely you'll be respected, admired, and recognized as a true leader. All right, so that's it for my video on 5 ways to develop your EQ in the workplace. If you have examples of where you were successful with any of these emotional intelligence techniques, feel free to share them in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.